Right, so we're waiting for the bits for the TD, and last night I was sort of looking at this and trying to work out exactly what happens with a 4 pushrod camshaft, because it obviously opens the exhaust, opens the inlet, but it's only got 1 pushrod. Anyway, I worked out on the cam exactly what it does. So I was thinking about years ago, I was talking to Jack Lemon-Burton, and he said, Freddie Dixon lent me a machine. No, he didn't lend me a machine, he sold me a machine. He said, my father bought it. And what it did was it ground some off of the base circle, which obviously give it a bit more lift. So anyway, he said, and Freddie, he sold it to us, he said. And after we'd had it a couple of months, he said, can I borrow the machine? He said, and we never saw it again. So it was just a way of old Freddie getting a few quid. But anyway, it sort of made me realise that obviously you need a proper cam grinder to do it properly. But Freddie was the most famous tuner. I mean, he tuned Rileys and he used to beat ERAs, and he was an unbelievable bloke, really, and he was uneducated like me. So I thought, well, why don't we make a sports cam for the 4 pushrod engine? And even if it don't work, it'll give you all something to laugh about. So what I decided was that this part of the cam is where the inlet gets lifted. So I've launched a lump off of there. So normally that's like that, and I've taken a lump off of there. So then I worked it out that the base circle is this bit here, because that's where it lifts the exhaust valve. So that's the base circle. So this old grinder we've had for years, it was mine, but it's part of Tim's stuff. So anyway, so I went down to see old Tim, and he said, yeah, we've got it somewhere. So we sorted in the covers and we found it. So the plan is that we get this whizzing round like this, and then we get it onto the base circle, and then we mark here where we reckon we want it to start. So we put a mark, because that's about where we want it to start. And I've got some diamond files which you could file camshafts with. So I'm reckoning we start there, whiz it round on the base circle and take about 20 thou, 25 thou off the base circle. So that is what we're going to do. And then, where it's a bit lumpy-bumpy, I should just blend it in with a diamond file. It's not going to be very accurate, but it'll be very interesting to see if it makes the car go any better. And anyway, the camshaft itself is totally horrible. It's really worn out and nasty, so it ain't damaging anything that's beautiful. I thought it'd be a bit of a laugh, and I thought it gives you all something to laugh about. Oh, they're grinding. It's a bit like when we did the 2-cylinder Mini and we got the camshafts and warmed them up and moved them in the right place, and that'll never go, that'll never tick over. Well, it bloody well did. So I thought, well, this would be a bit of a laugh, and if it works, it'd be really good. So that's what we're doing. So we've already done this, but we'll start it up and just give you a demonstration, because we all have to stand back. Tanya ought to wear a crash helmet, really. Right. There you go, Matt. Kent cams must be shaking in their boots. So this is the cam that we've just ground, And previously, last night, I took a chunk off of it as well. So if you come round, Tanya, and we've really got to concentrate on here, I can then explain. Right, this is the cam follower. And this is the bit which we've ground off that is like the neutral bit. And what you've got to remember is this running at half engine speed. So this is the cam follower. So now it's going round on the base circle. It's not doing anything. It's firing, actually. Right, so it's just fired. And so it comes up and it opens the exhaust valve and lets the exhaust gases out. And then it's now arrived at top dead centre, more or less, and it's going to open the inlet valve. So it drops off the cam and it drops down into this bit here. Right, so it's now inlet in, inlet in, inlet in, and then it comes up to the base circle, and this is where the car fires. So the spark's gone off, and it's going around there, and it's firing, firing, firing. Then it needs to exhaust. So up it goes, opens the exhaust valve. Right, so now it can't open the inlet valve because it's only got 4 push rods. So there's 2 springs on the push rod that overcomes the inlet valve spring. So it drops off the cam down there and opens the inlet. So now it's opened the inlet and now it's coming up compression, and then this is the bit what nothing happens. It's firing, firing, firing. Boom, up, exhaust, exhaust, inlet, and that's how it works. So what I've done is I've ground a lump off of there. So that bit there sticks up. I've ground, I would say, 1 millimetre off of there, which I just ground. Nothing clever. And then I've blended it in with the diamond file. But what you just saw us doing on the lathe was this base circle here. Because moving that down means that when it comes to go on to there, it will lift it further. So in other words, you adjust the valve clearance so that it's close to that, which is further down, and then obviously this then lifts it more. So you'll have a higher lift on the exhaust valve, and then you'll have a higher lift on the inlet valve. But what I don't know is how it will affect the overlap. So what we're going to do, we're going to set it up on here, and then we can check it on a standard one, which are a bit worn, so it's not perfection really. But we can check it on there, and then we can check it on there and see what we've done. And then when we eventually fit it into an engine, which we're going to do, then we could see how it's affected the timing. I mean, they're obviously not going to be all exactly the same because we're not that clever. But, you know, if it makes it go up the road a bit better, it's interesting and a bit of fun, and it'll give all the people who know really about things something to laugh at. So there we are. We'll keep you in the picture. We're going to call this Shed Racing's Fast Road Cam. Right, so you all saw the pantomime of us doing a cam, and we were going to build another engine eventually, and John said, oh no, we can't wait, let's put it in the car. So we took the radiator off, took all the bits off it, pulled the old camshaft out, put the new camshaft in. Spent a bit of time doing the valve clearance and one thing and another because it's a bit difficult on these cars. Anyway, the Shed Racing Fast Road Cam is in the car. So I thought it'd be quite good to take Tanya with the camera and we'll drive it out the road and see if it goes any better. But you mustn't forget, this car's 100 years old. So whatever it does is a miracle. But I think, well, just having started it up and driven it out, and I reckon it definitely feels better, but we'll see. Mickey Hudson's car does 58 miles an hour. So, you know, and that is a 4-push rod the same as this. So we'll see. We might be spending the rest of the day putting the other cam back, because we're going trialling and we don't want it breaking down. So anyway, we'll give it a try and see what happens. It's a cat, look. Cat's running away. I can't believe it. I'm only tickling it. That's a rev counter. What about the sat nav? What's it saying on the sat nav? Back just a bit. Stand over there, that's it. that the fast road shed racing cam works, because it's flying. It's never gone like that before. I mean, it went well before, but it didn't pull over 4. It was pulling 4.1. I've had it pulling 4.2, so, you know. I reckon it's doing 60 miles an hour if we're lucky. So, watch out, Mickey Hudson, because we're coming for you.